So, I'm an abstract painter, and this particular series, I've been focusing on, over the last couple of years, focusing on my adventures, my times in natural places in California. And my paintings really, they come about in the studio, and they're based on my memories of the times spent in natural places. And they're very much a combination of what I remember, the colors, and the items, and also me really liking the paint and seeing what I can do with the paint, watching what colors do next to each other. So it's kind of two things going on. It's my recollections, my feelings. I'm trying to present more the atmosphere of places that I've been, rather than something that's even close to plein air or representation. So it's the representation. Please, Marc, help yourself.
I'm sorry,
She has a concert.
I have to go sing. We sat down both.
So, okay, where was I? Anyway, the atmosphere of the place, and the fact that I felt good and free, and when I'm in nature is one of the places where I feel the freest, and again, in my studio. So there's two places where I'm completely free. No one has expectations of me, and I'm not required to worry about other people or respond to other people. I have hours and hours in the studio, and I can get deep into myself. And in that process, with me working with the paints, memories surface. And here, these were mostly memories of times I've spent in nature. I also found throughout the years, when I started painting, that when I paint, I just feel closest to myself. I feel like I can do what I want, and I can think about what I want, and what I see with the paint is just, I love it, and I love the paint. I'm looking at the paint in front of me, and then I put another color down, or what happens when one color touches another color. It's just thrilling for me. In fact, I was telling my husband that last week I was in the studio, and I was just fixing the edges of the painting, because every once in a while I got to go through my paintings and go, oh no, this one's got a chip on the edge, or whatever. And it was like, I felt so good just squeezing out the paint and fixing the edge. It's just like when I'm working with the paint, I'm home. So, and then when I'm out in nature, same thing. You're walking along, you're looking at beautiful things. You've got the sky, or it could be raining, but it's you and the world, and it feels right. And so in these paintings, I feel like I'm repeating somewhat those experiences, and at the same time, enjoying the places that I find when I'm painting. So that's about it.
That's wonderful.
I will tell you too that I'm also a monotype printmaker, and for the past 9 months I've been focusing on that, and it's been really great. It's kind of, I like to think of it as it's my graphic design muscle I have in my head, that I like to create things with shapes and pile them up, colors, and it's much more, more planned, and it's a very different color scheme too than this. And now that I've done that, I'm very excited, because I'm ready to switch back to painting again. And luckily, I've been speaking with Takeyoshi here, and he's an excellent painter, great painter, who I admire very much. And he's mentioned some new processes to mix your oil paints, and so I'm excited to start up something new.
And he brought another artist friend sitting next to him.
Mr. Maxwell.
Yes. Thank you both for coming.
I'm not familiar with your work. Is it abstract? Great. Well, I'm going to have to look you up. So does anybody have any questions or about any particular painting? There's kind of a little bit of a variety of styles. I've got some with smooth areas, and those come about when I get into kind of a meditative state where I just push back.
I'm reminded of Monet.
Yes, I've heard that. And that's called Passing Fields, and that really reflects all the trips we took to Northern California when we had a place up north in Plumestown, and you see all the things that are passing by in the car, and all the fields, and then you stop and you look at a pond and you see colors, and that all comes together in my brain and comes out of my hand and my paintbrush. Yes.
I just want to say great appreciation for that too. And not only for trains passing by, but like when you go to Louvre and you go through the museum so quickly, but then something it's got movement and staff at the same time. And
Yeah.
it's just really beautiful. I'm very moved by it and I'm appreciative of that so much. Thank you.
That's really nice to hear because, you know, here it feeds me and now it's feeding me. I often think to myself, I'm the lucky one who gets to make paintings, you know. But some people see them and they like them too, and that's great. They get something from them. And that's one of the things about abstract art is I have something that I see there. You may see something completely different. Or you might sometimes see a similar thing, and that's pretty cool.
Any other questions?
When you have your Facebook and it's was written, I mean you uploaded someone's comment or something like that. It's saying like, you know, art is something that more than the color and the shape or something, but to make each person as a complete human being. And how do you feel about that? I also very much interested in.
My act of painting, making.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, you know, being so faithful to yourself,
Right.
you know, I mean, in a way, rather than, I mean, you use the painting to achieve that.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful idea, you know, I mean, it is a visual, but there are a lot of things that you can't see,
Right.
but you can actually
Right.
feel.
I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of interested in the
Well,
way you use that.
That's one of the things that has come up for me many times because, like, okay, many years ago I started painting. I really like painting, and I do this style and that style, you know. And then now when I'm in the studio, I'm painting, and then sometimes I go, I mean, what am I doing? Just putting just colors and things on the canvas. I mean, what's that about? Shouldn't I be, you know, building water systems in Guatemala or something like that? So, but then I go, well, I can't help it. This is where I feel like me, and I learn things about myself while I'm painting. I often think way back into the past, and I'll go, oh, remember that, and I'm like painting, and I'll go, oh, I'll have realizations, you know. So I really am getting to know myself, and I'm expressing myself, and I'm putting it out there. So it is a kind of a communication.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't mean to say, oh, I'm going to tell everybody about this. It's just, it comes out. And people who are sensitive, or maybe they, you know, aren't really necessarily, but they'll get a kind of a message from the painting. It'll mean something to them.
Right.
And that feeds me.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the studio with the paint, it's just being in the paint, and I'm free.
One time I was trying to, I had my friend and his wife, and my friend was the guy, wasn't quite sure whether this is the right painting for themselves, or like whether this painting is really complete or not. And then his wife said one thing, it is art or not, that's it. You know, I just feel like, oh, thank you, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not complete looking or anything like that, but is this really art or not, you know? That I just felt like stuck in my head for a long, long time. I think I like that.
Yeah.
Because you have a faith to,
Right.
you know, be honest to yourself or something like that. You know, that's,
Yeah, because you're making all these decisions.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you get to a point where, okay, this is it, you know.
yeah.
Or say you feel like the painting's finished, and then a few months later you go, wait a minute, there's missing here, you know. So it's really, you know, you are talking to yourself.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
very
are-
confusing, isn't it?
But it's also, it's still, I think it still moves and changes and lives, because when people look at it, you know, again, then they see something else. So
Yeah.
it's kind of alive.
Yeah.
So I started a nonprofit thanks to the children because we wanted to keep teaching kids about air, water, soil, plants, animals, and people. And over the years, my higher power, my inner teacher, my holy guardian angel, whatever you want to call it, that I was discovering through making all these paintings because I've made almost 400 portraits. In the end, there'll be 578 portraits of families, 28 families. And they were teaching me that a center for the human family would be a good place for people to come to heal and to have a destination for prayer and meditation, consciousness and creativity, healing of all kinds, and use Hunters Point Shipyard as a model for how you use a toxic waste funds, Superfund site.
Wow.
So we're trying to build aquaponics garden and fish farm there, where the fish feed the plants and the plants feed the fish.
Right.
And then all of that extra food comes to the restaurant there. It's a waterfront restaurant.
Yeah.
So we have a very big vision for building the Center for the Human Family, and all these portraits I'm hoping to leave as a legacy. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. On the top floor of the Center for the Human Family, this project of mine is called The Human Family Tree, A Walk Through Paradise, 7 installations. So you'll be able to walk around this and see all the front yards of all these families, all the infants, the boys and girls, adolescents, boy groups, girl groups, moms, dads, and backyards of all the families. And in the center will be a hologram of the planet as our shared backyard. So trying to get the human family to make a priority of treating their children with love and support, not fear and control, and to have our leaders guide that. And right now we're stuck with fear and control.
That's great. That's great.
So we're ready for a new paradigm.
Yeah, we are. We are.
So that's what my higher power has given me in my recovery. I've been sober 37 years, and my drawings in there are all about my bottom, where I bottomed out in Big Sur during the harmonic convergence
Wonderful.
in 1987. So if you want to look at those drawings, the harmonic convergence was a big part of the milieu of Big Sur at the time, and Jose Arguelles' book called The Mayan Factor. We were all reading that. So there's a lot of stuff about the Mayan temples, the Mayan chieftains, and my experience being in Big Sur during that time, and what happened to me, and brought me into recovery. So I just feel like I've come around a very, very long walk, a spiral out of, addiction and a flight from reality. I just did not want to be here because of what had happened to me. I didn't want to remember, but my higher power insisted. And the only way through all that, the only way to heal all that was through it. I couldn't skip over it or go under it or around it. I had to feel it. And my paintings and the families that I painted have given me that. So,
Could I just want to say that this whole project is going to be, one of the installations will be shown here in October. You should
Right.
come. It's hard to tell from this, but it's all these structures with all the paintings and fabrics that she's chosen from the different cultures. It's really very interesting. You walk around them, and you see the paintings of the children, the parents, grandparents. It's really very interesting. It's very, very complex. You have to come to see it. You can't tell from this picture. That's all.
yeah, so it is complex, and Marc Ellen told me the other day, I still don't get it. she's heard my talk about 10 times. So it is complex, but it's helped me heal.
Seems
And
to have a wonderful harmony to It's
Yes.
like a
Right,
painting,
yeah,
the same thing,
okay.
it's a harmony, it's the most important thing. For,
Yeah, well, the Tree of Life, which is the template for all
Uh-huh.
these, it's all about emanations.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to understand what is the love that is paid forward in each faith? What is the distilled wisdom that we're missing? How do we get to it? And how do we pay it forward? And you can see it in my paintings. I really love these people.
Yeah.
And they love you because they're working with you.
Yeah, that's an amazing project, yeah, that's wonderful.
Well, I hope you will come in October, sign the book.
Oh,
You put your email
Okay.
down,
sure, I will.
and you'll get the newsletter from info@thinkround.org, because our nonprofit is Think Round.